But YouTube's a goddamn deal, man. It's one of the only Pappy. And we are back with another video. And I got a comment this morning and it read something like this. He said, how did I manage my money in the Air Force? And any tips or tricks on, how to manage your money. So I think this video is can be very beneficial, especially in times like this because the government is shut down. So I'm not really sure if, the armed forces got their paycheck on the 1st, but if they did, they may not get one on the 15th. So whatever the case may be, for future references, just in case this does happen again, I can tell you what I did, what I think you should do to manage your money, So just in case another shutdown or anything happens with your funds, you'll be prepared for it. But what I did was, or tried to do, is save at least $500 a month. All right, so I took $250 from each check, the check on the 1st and the check on the 15th, and I put that away. Not really too sure what I did with my Raven money because it was never just a certain amount. It'll be sometimes it'll be a $400 check or a $1,700 check or it'll just fluctuate. So it just depends on how much the check was and what I had going on, how much I saved from the Raven money. But one of the things I did is with the 2 checks, one of the checks is the business check. One of the checks is the bills check. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of my bills was around between the 1st and the 5th. So that check I get on the 1st, I take care of all my bills. At the time before I moved out the dorms, it was just a phone bill and maybe some Wi-Fi, if I remember correctly, because I was in the dorms. I wasn't really buying groceries like that because I'll eat at the chow hall. And yeah, now when I got out the dorms, I had rent, did we have cable? If we had cable, we had Wi-Fi, groceries, and all that. Now, with that, me having roommates, we split everything down the middle, except like the food because everybody don't eat the same stuff. So, but that's another way to save money. When you move out, get roommates if you can help it. All right, because y'all know how expensive it is right now. It high hell. All right, so if you could help it, man, don't go broke trying to be by yourself if you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? You only there temporarily anyway because the military like to move you around anyway. So anytime if you can, man, get your roommate, especially if you don't have no family or you ain't got no spouse. Man, get your roommate, man. I was a person that was very frugal, very cheap. I like having my money, and I ain't really like spending it unless it was time to, unless I was allowed to. When I say allowed to, is the check on the 15th. That was my blowing check. So me personally, I was a person that spent a lot of money on shoes and Hennessy, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I had to have my Hennessy, but I would be careful with mindful how much money I would spend on shoes because, like I said, I like having my money, and at the time, I liked having my bank account at a certain number. I felt like at that time, if my bank account had $2,000 in it, I felt broke, bro. I felt broke. I felt like I was going broke because $2,000 in your bank account, I just felt like that was broke, bro. I ain't gonna lie. So with me having a mindset that kept me stern with and mindful of my spending. Now there were times I did treat myself, go on trips or shoes or whatever case may be, but I always prepare myself. But you have to make sure you're putting money aside for the rainy day. Sometimes you may put some money to the side for a rainy day, and it may rain the same day, but at least you got the money to goddamn take care of what you gotta do. You might wake up and gotta buy 4 tires or a battery or go buy a new phone, or you just never know. emergency situations. But I want to tell y'all or challenge y'all to put away $500 a month, $250 from each check, and don't create a lot of bills, bro. Don't create a lot of bills. You should have a phone bill. If you're in the dorm, you should have a phone bill, car note, insurance. Oh, that's another one of my bills too. I had insurance. My car's paid up before I got Camaro. So my bill was phone bill, Wi-Fi, and insurance. Yeah, I think that I had 3 bills. But yeah, try not to create a lot of bills. You know, I know some of y'all gonna want to buy a new 2025, 2026 car. Them 2025, 2026 cars got a note of a minimum at least $800. These car notes are crazy. So if you can buy a cash car, something that can get you from point A to point B. All right. I mean, get your Wi-Fi, get all the necessities, but all the extracurriculars, bro. Try to keep that to a minimum. I'm not sure what y'all into. Like I said, I was into shoes and buying clothes and all that. I don't know if some people might be interested in buying guns or car parts or building a PC. It just whatever you're into, just do it in moderation. Do it when it's time to. Some months it may be times where you may not be able to buy a pair of shoes for the month and you got the money. That's just how life works. But when it comes to like the government shutdown, bro, this is why you should be saving money, because you just never know when when a shutdown is imminent and you don't know if you're gonna get paid. Now with the shutdown, if you got a credit union, they'll look out for you. They'll offer you some type of interest-free loan, so you can still like pay your bills and live, and you'll just pay it back over time or when you get the next check. It all depends on the terms of the loan. But the shutdown is very unfortunate. I did have to go through a shutdown throughout my time. It was a very short one, but luckily I was on a deployment, so I already had money just sitting. So I really wasn't just hurting for money, but I was worried. Like, damn, I'm deployed, niggas ain't getting paid no more. That's stuff. But I just hope everybody right now with the shutdown is okay, because I know how you feel, and some of y'all, and it was just me. I felt worried. It was just me. I ain't had no family, no kid, no nothing. So I can only imagine how the people with families and big time responsibilities are feeling right now. And we don't even know when the lockdown is gonna be over. So man, save your money. Also start a TSP as soon as you get to your first base. I'm not really sure if you could do it at tech school, but I know for sure you could do it at your first base. A TSP is a thrift savings plan. It's basically like a 401k for the military. You know, you can't touch it. That money automatically comes out your check. You don't even see it come out. You know what I'm saying? So the percentage, it all depends on you. It depends on you. So I'm not gonna tell y'all what percentage you should do. Only you know what your bill's looking like. You know what you don't mind coming out your check every month, and you're not gonna feel or miss out on that money. So that's for y'all to crunch the numbers and all that. And then, you know, when the time comes and when you time to separate, you could either take it out, but taking it out, it may come with a fee. All right. Or if the job or career field that you get post-military, if they have a TSP, you can continue doing what you were doing, building up what you was stacking up in the military. You know what I'm saying? I took mine out when the pandemic hit, because at the time, bro, I was an entrepreneur. Well, I'm still an entrepreneur, but business was slow, and I had business bills that still need to be paid, and you know, even in the money was looking funny. And I remember I said, I got a TSP, so let me go and take that money out. And then when I took that money out, they was offering a no fee, you know, withdrawal. So I said, give me all that money. Give me all that money. So yeah, that's that. Save your money. And if you can do $500 a month or more than $500 a month, do it, bruh. Save, because at some point you're going to separate from the military, and Sometimes you're not going to immediately jump into a new job. It take months, so you gotta have some fallback money to fall back on to keep you afloat and keep you comfortable until you finally, can make or replenish your money. So yeah, man, that's how I did it. Be frugal, be cheap, but have fun as well. But just be mindful. You gonna see that airmen get paid on the first and go broke by the third because they don't be managing their money. So do everything and anything with moderation when it comes to your money. All right. I'm not saying don't have fun. I'm not saying don't go out to eat. I'm not saying don't do anything like that, but just do it in moderation. If you ate Monday and Tuesday, nigga, Wednesday through Sunday, you cooking or eating at the chow hall. So, especially if you're in the dorms, bro, take advantage of that chow hall, bro. Especially if you got a good one. That got good food, you got a clean air to eat in. Take advantage of that chow as much as you can. All right, so that's that. I hope you learned something. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications, and Papa catch y'all in the next one, bruh.